All right, so Batman has had a lot of Robins. Can you name them all? We got Dick Grayson. We got Jason Todd. We got Tim Drake. We got Damian Wayne, of course. Then you have the shoot-offs. You know, you got Batgirl. You got Batwing. You got Batwoman. All of them. Listen, they don't matter. The only one that matters is Dick Grayson right here. The prodigal son, Batman's first Robin, and now, of course, a Grayson who has his own omnibus. This is the Grayson, the Super Spy omnibus. Let me show you that. The front, the spine, and the back. So this is going to be a first look at this. Is this a reprint, JP?
Yes.
All right, we're going to do just a quick first look, and then I'll give you a little bit of a deep dive. I've actually been reading this, so let's take a look under the cover. And if you don't know who Dick Grayson is, then I feel sorry for you. But he is basically the first Robin, the first one that came out. You know, he, I would say, is probably the best one to take his place. Controversial opinion. There's a lot of people who think there's other better Batmans, but you know what? I think Dick Grayson is the best one of all of them. So let's go ahead and jump into this now. Now this covers the entire Dick Grayson Super Spy, the Super Spy Omnibus, the entire run of it, from the first mission to the very last. So we're going to be looking at that. So let's, again, this is just a first look, and then do a little bit of a deep dive, a little bit of a review. So there's going to be spoilers for that one. But pages feel really well. It is semi-gloss, which makes the colors look really good, and then the black look dark as well, which I like. This is Midnighter, if you don't know. He is from the Stormwatch universe, so that's cool. But yes, this is a reprint, and this story takes place, or the Graysons basically arc takes place during the New 52 timeline when DC was, you know, rebooted with the New 52. And if you've read that story or if you've kept up with it, there was the crime syndicate that took over the world that kind of led into the villains taking over, if you remember that. And Dick Grayson gets outed as being Nightwing, and they basically show the identity of him. They take off his mask to show the entire world who he is, and supposedly he dies. So they kind of show him dying, but of course he's not dead. Nobody really dies in comic books. We all know that, and this kind of takes place after that, so I'll go that in more in depth with that in the overview a little bit. But there you go. This is just the first look. So let's go ahead and see if there's any extras in the back. All right. So it looks like it does have some of the character designs or personnel files. There you go. Agents of Spiral, so the different designs that they came up with him or for him. I like these. Oh, this is a good one. I like that one a lot. And you know, of course, to me, Dick Grayson is one of the coolest examples of you know, the Robins that come out of Batman's, you know, I guess his disciples, if you want to call them that, his proteges. But you know, he's experienced the darkness that Bruce Wayne has felt, you know, with his parents dying in front of him. But he turned it. I mean, of course, he was traumatized, but he turned it into a different. You know, he became better for it. He's not as dark as Bruce Wayne. He's not as gloomy, as brooding. He enjoys fighting crime. He's extremely acrobatic, of course. So that to me, it's always been really cool. And some of these extras are really cool. I like it a lot. And then, you know, he did get the chance to take over for Bruce whenever he died during the Final Crisis, after the Final Crisis events. So if you know that, then you know that's another cool thing. Okay, so that's the extras. All right, so now we're gonna do a deep dive. So if you just wanted the first look and you haven't read it, there you go. Now we're going to dive in a little bit deeper. Again, it might have spoilers, so just keep an eye out for that. All right, so basically after he gets outed by the crime syndicate from universe or from Earth 2. He decides that Dick Grayson, the superhero, is dead. He has to become something else. So he decides to become a super spy for this organization called Spiral, and they basically are a organization that goes after metas in a sense. And you have this guy his name is Mr. Minos, and he's basically trying to find the identity of all of the superheroes. And this girl, Helena, is there. That's his partner, I guess. And they go around like trying to get like organs that have been. It starts off with like they're hunting for these things called the Paragon organs, and it's organs that give people like superhuman abilities. So I'll just show you real quick. Like this guy can like his stomach lets him eat. No, his stomach lets him do something. It shoots like beams, so they have to like operate him and take it out. And there's like this girl who has like the metabolism, or no, she has something that makes her run fast, but she eats humans because she has to continue to get that, the metabolism high and the carbs. Yeah, she has to eat humans basically because she's going so fast and she's burning so many calories. She needs a calorie intake. So like she's biting him, she basically is taking chunks out of it. Anyway, so it's very much him working in this organization, but he's also working with Batman. Shh, don't tell nobody. Don't tell nobody. He's working with Batman to try to figure out who Mr. Minos is, this guy who's basically running the Spiral organization. So this guy, for example, he got implants from the eyes, or he got an operation with the eyes that he sees through the gun. So whatever he's looking at is where he shoots. So that's pretty interesting. Of course, this is an adult comic, as you can see. There's definitely some action going on. But yeah, he talks about his training as being a Robin, and they hint at that. Or they talk a little bit about it, but it's definitely more focused on him being the super spy, working with this organization, and trying to find out what's going on and who Mr. Spiral is, this guy. And then, like Mr. Spiral says, somebody's sending out codes or, leaving encrypted messages. We have to find out. So here he is. See, he's figuring out the details of the superheroes one by one, their identities, and it's pretty crazy because, I wouldn't have thought about it. But let me just jump back real quick, which actually got me interested in it, is, so like it shows all the information on Bruce Wayne. Like they know that Bruce Wayne is Batman here. Like he's like their first one on their list. Let me just show you that real quick, just because I thought that it shows you like their entire list of who they're looking for. And you're like, oh no. Where's it at? Where's it at? Where's it at? It was near the end of one of them. I'm not sure. And the one I was reading, it had it that you could see all of the people that they were hunting for. But yeah, so they're hunting for like all of the superheroes and who they are, and like they have Batman's, they have Flash, Aquaman. So he's trying to figure this out too to stop that person. This is part of the Future's End, where it's like 5 years in the future and he gets killed. Spoilers again. Again, that's Future's End. That's a different part of it. Okay, so they're searching for these organs. That's the first arc, and the Midnighter, who is part of the Stormwatch universe, is trying to stop him. But then at the end they start working together. You see in the background all the superheroes. That's who they're trying to get. But yes, okay, so here they are now. Midnighters is starting to help them, and Helena and him are getting close. This is during an event where somebody had this thing that can make people like attack each other. All right, and they have implants, which is really cool because they can use these to hypnotize people. So even though people can look at his face, they don't remember it, because if they see his face, the hypnotic implants make the people forget who he was or who he is or what his face looked like, and nothing on camera can capture their face. So that's really cool. I was like, oh, that's really cool technology. That would be really cool. Okay. And let's see what else. So I read like maybe to around here. So I didn't finish the rest of it, guys. So it's a little bit of a deep dive. It's more like an overview. But here are my thoughts so far. I thought it was interesting. I love Dick Grayson as a character. But personally, this is just me. This is very much a noir type super spy sort of thing with a little bit of metas thrown in. So it's different. It's a different story than what I'm used to as a Batman story. Now it was really interesting. I do want to finish it. I just didn't get a chance to finish it all. So I would say it's definitely, if you're looking for a superhero comic, it's not that. There is action, but it's much more of an intrigue of the spy organization and those that are trying to stop them. Not only like Batman, but other organizations as well. So it's not what I was expecting with the Grayson aspect, because I'm used to him being Nightwing. But it is interesting. I really enjoyed it. The artwork on this is amazing. And I love that you get to see Nightwing as a different character than you are accustomed to. So let me show you that, like you get to see him, I guess, dive more into the character of Dick Grayson and his, and I like this. This is cool because they show him like how he dresses up and then like he changes his face to be a different person. So I always thought that was cool. But it gets to dive in to the I guess if you want to say his psyche of Dick Grayson, his motivations, why he does it, why he still wants to help people, and this, I want to say this unyielding loyalty to Batman, and his trust in him, and in the Bat family as well, because I know this also includes part of the Robin Wars with Dick Grayson. And so later on, I know that he helps them out, as we can see here. But yeah, it wasn't what I expected. Now again, it's interesting. It's just, if you're looking for a superhero book, this is not really it. It's much more of a spy book with some superhero elements to it. So that's cool. I really like that. I'm definitely going to finish this. But so far, I've been enjoying it. I've really liked the character. Like I said, Dick Grayson to me, he's after Batman. He's my second favorite hero. So it was interesting seeing how his thought process was, and there's a story of where he talks about his parents, and why he doesn't kill people, and that's really cool. You get to dive into the character itself, and these are the stories that I like, where you get to see more of the character. It makes them more human, makes them more relatable, and then of course you got like a spy mystery going on with that. So it gave me, it gave me a lot of vibes of James Bond. Like, he's very James Bond. He's very roguish, doing his own thing. The organization's like, you need to stop, and he's like, I'm going to save these people. So very much like James Bond. So I got a lot of that as well. And then with their tech, it's very much that, and I liked it. It was cool seeing him in a different light. Again, different perspectives definitely open up your own perspective of characters, and it gives more dimensions and depth to these characters. So it's not just one-sided. Batman just fights crime because his parents were murdered. You get to see more of the character development for Dick Grayson, which is great. So I didn't get to finish it yet. Please don't hate me. I'm going through it. It's quite a bit, as you can definitely see, because this is all the entire series collected. So it is quite a bit before he gets to him coming back to Nightwing, as you can see there. So just, So this is near the end of the New 52 universe. And then it has a little bit, I believe, of the Rebirth events that happened as well. So that's pretty cool. And then, of course, you got to see the personal files that I showed you before. So, yeah, it's interesting. If you're a Batman fan, you're definitely going to love this because they make a lot of references to characters that you wouldn't know. If you're not a Batman fan, I think it's still a good read because you get to see this character as a super spy before you want to listen. And it makes you want to jump into the Batman universe. So, to me, that's a win for anybody who wants to read it. But tell me what you think if you guys read it. What did you like about the Grayson storyline? Are the different arcs past that? Like I said, I got to maybe like right around here, a little bit after the concert. So I got pretty far in, but I still had a long way to go, guys. But very cool, very interesting. I like it. Definitely think it's a great story that people would love. And I'm gonna finish it for my own sake, but you know, I'm gonna finish it for you guys as well. So let me know what you think. Let me know your thoughts, and I will see you in the next one. And get yours at organicpricedbooks.com. Grayson.